The Rough Country Black Series LED ditch light kit that we have here today will be a great way for 21 and newer Bronco owners to get some affordable auxiliary lighting on their rig while also including some nice little extras at the same time. Now this kit will include a pair of the Black Series 2-inch cube lights, all of the wiring and switches needed for the install, brackets, and covers for right around that low $100 price point. Install is going to get a solid 1 out of 3 wrenches here on the difficulty meter, guys, at least according to the site. Take about an hour or so to knock out from start to finish, as we'll demonstrate later in the video. So this is going to be one of a few different ditch light options or kits available here for the 6th Gen Bronco on the site, and at the time of this video, certainly going to be one of your more affordable options. Now, if you didn't know, the ditch light designation signifies that cowl accessory ready position near those side mirrors, which, thanks to Ford, is a great and easy place to throw some additional lighting without needing to do any drilling. Now, this particular kit from Rough Country does include 2 of their Black Series cubes, each one loaded with 6 3-watt Cree LEDs, combining for over 5,700 lumens at 72 watts. Now, this kit does feature the flood pattern for the cubes here, which is really going to throw a ton of light everywhere to help light up those dark trails or back roads at night. But because of that power and beam pattern, should not be used on busy public roads, as you'll no doubt blind oncoming traffic. Now, those Cree LEDs are loaded into a die-cast aluminum housing here, and the housing itself actually has a built-in moisture breather, which is pretty cool. It's gonna help prevent any water or condensation from staying in the light itself. But at the same time, even with that breather system in place, has been given a waterproof rating of an IP67. So pretty cool, you can do both. Now, if for whatever reason you should run into any issues, Rough Country does back their cubes here with their limited 3-year warranty. But outside of the cubes themselves, you can see this kit does come with everything else needed to get them up and running, and then some. For starters, you are looking at the aluminum brackets here and included hardware, which again will allow these guys to basically thread right onto that accessory ready position near your side mirrors. Now, along with those brackets there, you are getting the completely braided wiring harness here. Does include an inline fuse and switch, and this is going to be a great option for the Bronco owners who do not have those factory upfitter or auxiliary switches installed. Now, if you do have those switches, well, then you'll probably still appreciate the wiring, but won't have much use for the fuse or switch. Last but not least, the Rough Country kit does also include some covers here for the cubes themselves, which is great because lately auxiliary lighting is becoming increasingly required to be covered anytime you go through inspections in certain states or certain areas. So the fact that they kick those in for free is a nice little added bonus. But now comes a point in the video where we segue into the installation process. And again, it's gonna go down one of 2 different ways, guys, depending on whether or not your truck is equipped with those factory switches. But for the purposes of this video, we'll show you how it's done using our Big Ben Bronco out in the shop. So without further ado, check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown right now.
Tools used for this install: an impact, a T30 and T25 Torx bit, a 10mm socket, the kit provided Allen key, and a ratchet or electric ratchet. Hey guys, again, we have another easy install. We just need to remove a couple bolts as well as our antenna so we could run our wire. Simply remove your antenna by twisting it counterclockwise. Taking your T30 Torx bit, remove the bolt above the antenna. And do the same on the other side. Now that you have your cowl bolts and antenna removed, we're gonna go ahead and wire up our lights with our switch and harness. This kit only comes with a pigtail, so I would suggest picking one of these up from our website, and it does come with a switch. We're gonna go ahead and run that now. Pull up slightly on your cowl so we can fish our harness wire through and underneath. Now roughly that is where our auxiliary light is going to sit. Now we could run our wire to the driver's side. Now after running your wire to the driver's side, we're gonna go ahead and repeat that same action as far as getting your harness through the cowl so you can plug your lights in. With your harness in place, feel free to secure your cowl once again. With your wires now in place underneath your cowl, it's time to fish our switch through our firewall. Now Ford does make it really convenient for you, giving you a point of access for your firewall where we can run our switch through. It's just going to be a rubber plug in front of the fuse box. Go ahead and push that rubber plug into your cab. Now we can run our switch through the firewall. Now you can go ahead and try to reapply your plug for your firewall, wedging your wire in between the plug itself as well as the rubber plug. Now that we have our switch through our firewall, go ahead and fish this through your dash however you would like, and stick this at any point you would like to on your dash. Make sure to clean up your wiring, that way it is not in the way of any moving parts. Now we can go ahead and power and ground our harness, taking our 10mm socket, undo the bolt at the negative terminal, place our ground wire there, and we can tighten that back up. And our hot wire in our positive, using the same 10mm socket. Undo one of these bolts to place your hot wire underneath. Now that you've run your wire, grab the T25 Torx bit, as we are going to be removing the outside bolt closest to the mirror so our light doesn't interfere with our antenna in any way. Now grab your ditch light bracket, and with your stock hardware, thread that into the mounting point. Make sure it's in a desirable position and tighten it down with your T25 Torx bit. Now grab your pod light and place it onto your bracket, lining up, making sure the holes line up so you can thread the hardware through. And with the kit provided Allen key, tighten up your bolts into the side of the bracket. Plug in your wiring harness and clean up any excess wire. Replace your antenna. And replacing your cowl bolt as well. Again, that is going to call for a T30 Torx bit. Now repeat those steps on the other side. And that's going to wrap it up for our review and install of the Rough Country Black Series LED ditch lights with flood beam fitting your 21 and newer Bronco. For more videos just like this, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.